It is Wednesday, my dudes, and tonight the one, the only Dtour Customs stops by. We'll talk about the incredible custom work he's done, find out what his dream project is, and talk a little bit about where you can find him in the upcoming events. We'll also look at some of our favorite picks from the week, and we've got another giveaway this week that's pretty cool. So make sure you stick around, and there's nothing left to do but to cue that intro. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Between Two Sentinels. I, of course, am Jshot. Jay's hot, if you believe the faux hawk will never die. And that was just for you, D-Blake. And with me, as always, is the man who is known as, I believe the real comrade called you a pop sensation last night on your stream with grown-ass man toys there. The one, the only Matchutoy. How you feeling, bud?
Oh, after the stream, I had a fever when I went to bed. Yeah, I'm feeling it right now.
So hot.
Pretty sure you can hear it.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to keep things moving, but stay healthy, my friend. We can't do this without you. That's for certain. So, I don't know. So you had your stream last night. Real Comrade is in the chat with us. That was pretty. You guys had a good time over on Instagram Live. That was really great to watch that.
Yeah.
It looks like you had some good counts too. Some really good questions that came in.
Yeah, some really good ones.
So, and I like his format of Matchutoys doesn't blank. So that was fun.
I didn't know that there was, like, when we were chatting, we didn't know that there was a lag going on, and hopefully there's no lag right now.
Hi,
let us know in the chat.
If anything, it's just a little bit of brain lag between all of us from it.
Well, I definitely have a brain lag right now because I'm sick. But
yeah, how much NyQuil are we up to today? Did you chug half a bottle?
I chugged half the bottle right before I got on.
Perfect. That'll do it. Not
NyQuil. I took Dayquil.
Dayquil, yeah, yeah. If you took NyQuil, I think halfway in the stream you'd be slumped over.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's all right. If you fall asleep, we'll leave you to your own. Mm-hmm. We'll continue to go along. We've got the chat to keep me warm, and of course, Steph, our special guest, who's going to join us in here in just a second. But I did want to take a moment to thank everybody for the support. As always, this is episode 11, which I cannot believe we're here already. We had a really good episode with Sir Dork last week. Thank him again for joining us. And, I also got to make sure I tell everybody to like, subscribe, and share. Really appreciate you guys when you do that. It means everything to us and just allows us to keep doing this. So let's check in a little bit with the chat. We got 1-6 Shooter, who was first. Missed opportunity to say first. Real Comrade is here with us. Yeah, we start at 9-ish today. Ish. We get that ish.
Yeah. I was a little laggy, like literally, because
a little laggy. Tenyo, obviously, let him know. We'll start soon.
Yeah.
Our boy Bearded, what to do, baby? Unhinged Crew checking in. Let's see. We got D Blake reminding us to TikTok. Yeah, thanks, buddy. So glad we're in yet another group chat now with D Blake. Just constant hits there.
Fun don't stop.
Henrock is here. Henrock didn't miss anything yet, so we're just kicking it off. Who else we got? We got Toy Addict is in the house with us. Thank you, Toy Addict. Toy Chase. What is going on, my friend? Eddie Rodriguez. Minor lag. From myself or from Machu? You're gonna have to let us know. Legendary poser. Oh, bourbon greater than Dayquil. Maybe, picks a little bit. And I think that's it. So I don't know. Without further ado. Oh, there it goes. There's that sound. Go ahead, buddy. Take it.
Let's bring in our guest.
I'll
sneak in a swig later.
All right. The one, the only Dtour Customs. Boom.
Hey,
what's going on? What's going on? Shaking and baking. You know how we do. What's up, chat? I see everybody in the chat. What's going on, guys?
Trevor, first is so cliche. Thank you, Trevor. Appreciate that. First off, man, thank you so much for joining us. We got so many messages when we announced that you were going to be with us, and you're such a fixture in the community, and just a good dude, right? Like I know that you were one of the first people that I got to meet when I joined this community, man, and it was nothing but welcoming. And I can't thank you enough for just all that love, dude. Like, just you're a solid dude, you know.
I appreciate that. The honor's all mine. You know, you guys. I can't tell you how many times I've run into you at the shows. I remember there was this one New York City Comic-Con. I was dead tired. I was ready to go. And I was just sitting at the table, and then, you know, you guys popped up like, oh, shit, it's Matchu and Jshot. And they're like, take my seat. And so it was like, you know, ever since then, it's just been every show. I'm like, I'm looking for you guys. If it's there, it's not the same. So, you know, thank you for being a part of it.
Of course, man. It's like I said, it's nothing but love, and it's always. You're right. Like, there's a new energy every time you kind of like run into somebody, whether it's you or you know, somebody else that we know. We ended up going to Toy Show over the weekend and ran into, you know, Yimbo and Agent Variant. I'm gonna forget a bunch of people.
NY Rebel.
Cool. NY Rebel was there. So yeah, it was a bunch of people, and it just kind of like brought a whole new excitement. Lago was there. A couple of us had our kids with us. You know, like the next generation of broke toy hunters. So. It was pretty cool to do that. Why don't you give us a brief intro to who you are and what you do, just in case somebody in here has no clue as to who you are.
So my name is Steph, aka Dtour Customs, and I hemorrhage dollars on toys and making toys and toys accessories. So, but no, you know, I find that my hobby has driven me to create supplements to the things that we already collect, and I get one hell of a kick out of it. And you know, as we stockpile more and more plastic, the ideas just start to manifest in brand new ways. So you'll always see me coming out something wonky or something kind of out there. So that's the fun of it all. But yeah, I've been collecting for quite some time, ever since I was a kid. But as far as customizing and kind of taking it to the next level, I would say for the better part of the last 7 years. Mostly because we can afford it as adults. You know, we're working and we have the and crash.
I was one of the turtles.
Oh no! Hopefully,
was it the same one that took a spill yesterday, or a different one?
No, this one was Donnie. I'm just not having a good day.
That's all right. You'll get through it, man. You'll get through it. You'll get through it.
I'll print out another one. There goes the arm.
I see you. Honest guys, they know where I'm at. They can come and get me right now. No problem.
Real Comrade, who was hosting Matchu yesterday on IG Live, was a great conversation with them. So, all right, so this is great, right? Like, so, Steph, this is one of your pieces, right? I mean, this is incredible, and I think this is like, let's talk to us about this and give us a little, like, you know, how did you get started? Like, what made you first tinker with this?
This was I picked up a Frost King bath. It was actually on sale, and anyone who knows me knows I love a good sale. And I kind of wanted to kind of, you know, keep it mythic, keep it Viking-like. So it was such a great base. That's one thing I like about McFarlane figures. You know, where they lack articulation and maybe paint, you know, they more than make up for it with it in sculpt. So great base body. I didn't have to do much. Added one of the custom heads that I made. That one is a ogre scale based on Mythic Legions. I call them Overlord Mizar. So it's like one of my favorites. So I, you know, just popped it on and paint, you know, color matched it to the body, and added some soft good elements. You know, the fur around the traps, and if you guys are looking for a great alternative to recreating chainmail, you can order some speaker wire mesh and just kind of dry brush it some silver. Gives you a great chainmail look. Super cheap, find on eBay, Amazon. But threw some of that on there. Some custom weapons from the set I created for Lady Tank Studios, Melissa Somerville. That's the Ice Club, belonging to one of the Ice Bulls. Just figured I'd, you know, throw it on there and match the nice little nice little ensemble. So I actually did all of that in one day. That was
really,
yeah, all of that in one day. Wow. I'm that guy in class that does the project last minute, like literally midnight before it's due. That's where I get my best inspiration. I do my best work last minute, so that one kind of.
You definitely go all out then when you're
Oh
bouncing
yeah,
off the wall,
it's
right?
fireworks and thunderous music. It gets crazy. It gets crazy.
But I mean, if you're going all out in one day, though, you got to have the materials on hand, right? So do you just have a stockpile,
Well, you have
or
to. I'm a bit of a pack rat.
Okay,
I tend to not throw anything away. It could be literally anything. Like for instance, as soon as this roll of paper towel is over, I'm keeping the tube because guess what? It's gonna become a tree at some point. So
right.
um, don't throw anything away because you can reimagine pretty much anything into something brand new. Just
Awesome.
You're just limited by imagination at that point.
It's a good message for everybody. I like the we're already on speaker wire. Speaker, what'd you say? Speaker wire? Is that what it was? Speaker wire mesh.
Speaker mesh.
Mail.
Speaker mesh.
Speaker
Yeah.
mesh. It's a good tip. It's a good tip right there. Do you remember what your first custom was?
Oh geez. So it would have to have been when I was a wee lad. I would work with pipe cleaner and clay and kind of just make stick figures. And throughout the years, it kind of evolved. But my first traditional action figure custom most definitely would have been I did some 3 3/4 X-Men.
Okay.
Found a sweet lot on eBay, like when eBay was still good to us. Um, Somebody was dumping a whole bunch of them. I bought it and I picked up a Wonder Man, the translucent one from the Marvel Infinite series.
Yeah.
And I decked them out and dry brushed them and I made an ice slide. I'm like, oh man, this is great. What else can I do? So I started sculpting. At the time, I had transitioned from air dry clay to 2-part epoxy clay, like Magic Sculpt, Aves. And it was great. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. What else can I make? And just the ideas just started pouring in. But from there, it was just experimentation. Kind of training myself up because I'm self-taught in everything. Regular sculpting, 3D sculpting. If there's a YouTube video, I'm watching it. I'm just kind of learning on my own. Never went to school for any of it, but that's kind of what makes it fun. You try something and you don't particularly look to succeed at anything at first. Just kind of see and test the limits of what you're working with and kind of see what you can do and come up with things and use those ideas later on a different custom. Like for instance, the speaker mesh. I had this old radio and I'm jamming, I'm doing my thing, and I'm feeling it. I'm like, the grain feels very fibrous, very almost metallic in nature. And it made like this little sound, and I just remember the sound, and I'm like, I could use this. That's like my number one catchphrase. I can use this. So that's what it boils down to. But sky's the limit, really.
Do you still have that first piece you worked on? You think the first that Wonder Man piece?
Man, that thing is somewhere. I haven't seen it in years. it's but I think it's like one of the earliest pictures on my IG, like way back when. But yeah, it was a breakthrough moment for me. I had never thought I could even rekindle that love of action figures like I had at the time. And you fall into the monotony of everyday life. You're working, your family, and bills, and you watch whatever TV show, and it's like, damn, what else? But when you start letting that creativity bubble up, it's like, oh, this is great. I have to do this more. And on top of that, being part of the community and seeing other people do it, it's this symbiotic relationship. We feed off of each other and propel each other upward. And I don't think I don't think I ever would have improved if I didn't have folks kind of giving me feedback and kind of introducing me to new ideas and me doing the same for them as well. So it's definitely what the community is built on.
It's all cyclical, right? Like you inspire me, I inspire, I put something up. I tell Matchu what to do. Matchu does a reel, it hits 1 million views, and it makes somebody else go do it. It's really cool. It's really cool how we bounce off of each other. And I remember when we first started the show too, you're thinking about like, oh, we're gonna do another toy podcast show. And it was one of the toy daddies. I wish I could credit them directly, but they're like, there's room for everybody, man. Like there's no competition. There's room for everybody. So you talked a little bit about using pipe cleaners and like clay and then 3D printing. How was your process kind of changed over the years? In doing the customs.
It's a lot of hard lessons. I realized that I got to the point where you make a custom, it becomes one of a kind, and there's something beautiful about that, but there's also a certain sadness associated with it. It's like, damn, this is great, but if it breaks, if I mess it up, that's it, no mas. I don't think I can do it the same way twice. So
Right.
reproducibility became a huge thing for me. I wanted to be able to make unique things, but also make some for my friends so they can enjoy it too. Because I've sold customs and I've regretted it because, like, damn, I went hard on that one and I was gone forever, and I spent the money. So it's like, ah, ah. So reproducing those things became something I wanted to do, which is why I jumped into 3D printing. I could, sculpt the model, and even if I make a mistake, there's very little consequence. You delete, you start over, and it's less expensive too. I can't tell you how much magic sculpt I went through, how much aves I went through, pounds of it. Just because you got 2 hours to work with this stuff, so it's like, damn, you better know
Right.
what you're doing. So I found that 3D printing alleviated me of a lot of the initial expenditure because it got expensive in other ways. But at least with that, you can design something and go back to the drawing board if need be, and again share with your friends. And it was kind of the driving
Yeah.
force behind me opening up the shop. I would make stuff and I'm like, damn, this is great. Let me share it with my peoples and put it up on the shop, and they pick it up and I can see different things that they do. Because me personally, I'm not a great painter, but I love seeing you guys and everybody else kind of customize and paint things, and really open the door for me in terms of the vision of what I initially intended for it to be. So that's always a great thing to see.
That's awesome. So Mash just pulled up some of your stuff here, which is, we'll see if we can scroll all the way down, find that find that first one.
Yeah.
But while we look through some of this stuff, is there, when you're working on a project, do you look at a figure first and then come up with an idea, or do you have an idea and then try to like go find the figure for a base to start with?
Sometimes it there's a plan, but most times I'm freestyling.
Freestyling. Okay.
Yeah,
This is one of my favorites. That
yeah.
pull up that beast again. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. So sometimes yeah, this one is just
Oh yeah,
incredible.
yeah. I had gotten this head from Paul Customs, and I was like, "Huh, this is great. What body can I put it on?" I had just been fumbling around with some McFarlane stuff. I'm like, "Huh, look at this Gorilla Grodd body. This is it was giving me feudal warlord vibes." So I threw on some random fur from a a blanket that my dog ruined, and I kept the scraps for soft goods.
You really don't throw anything out.
I don't throw anything out, man. I'm like, I dare you to destroy it. I'll use it somehow. I'm not throwing this thing out. And that Naginata was actually from Axel from Streets of Rage.
Oh,
This
really?
one,
Oh, wow.
yeah. He came with like a buttload of weapons. I'm like, ha, I'm relieving you of this one, my guy. And I gave it to this guy. Even with the head, that head, me not being a great painter, I rely heavily on dry brush techniques to bring out certain details, and I got lucky with that one in the body.
Nice.
Just blasted it black and dry brushed it in different shades of blue and hit it with some red, and I bronzed up the armor, and even that one that was less than a day also.
Wow. That's incredible. And I remember seeing this one in person. That was pretty. It's pretty epic in person. Did you end up selling this one? Did it go to a nice home, a
I
good home?
actually have two of these guys. I'm
Oh, you have two
actually
of them.
yeah, I made two of these guys. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Somewhere in the stash. It's
I was gonna say. So you're saying there's a chance. That's all I'm hearing. So
there's a chance.
we're gonna go to a chat here. You got Nico to stop playing D&D so that he
Hey,
could listen to us. So appreciate that, Nico.
Nico, I'm joining the next campaign, man. Count on it.
Shh, let's do it. Real comrade from Sega to PlayStation. Now you can save your progress.
Bam,
That's a good
exactly,
way to analogy. Yeah.
exactly. Less stress.
Um, let's see. Toy Chase. It's guys like you, Steph, that have inspired. It's awesome, man. Impact on the
Sweet.
community for sure.
Appreciate it,
So,
man. Thank you.
and then Kevin Lee's actually got a really good question here. Are there any free treat programs to start designing for 3D printing?
Absolutely. So my number one program, and I'll still use it now, Mesh Mixer. It's free, it's easy to use, and I highly recommend it. So
Yeah.
Mesh Mixer, it gives you the best of maybe like a low end kind of software to use, but it's a good learning platform to kind of get your feet wet, and I highly recommend it. I made my first weapon set off of Mesh Mixer. Very,
So let's talk about the weapons for a second, because you went from like customizing characters to kind of just doing a lot of this, not solely doing, but like just doing a lot of this weapons, kind of accessory set. When did that start? Like when was there a little bit of a switch?
That came from I have this thing, I buy tons and tons of Mythic Legions, and every time I grab one to customize, I'm like, I don't want to destroy you too much. So I'm like, how can I augment the experience with these legions without, kind of destroying my my stack? So accessorize, create different weapons and effect supplements, things that a lot of folks would love to do. Because I know within the 3D printing community, especially, a lot of folks do great head sculpts. They do a lot of great armor sets. So I wanted to kind of offer something additional to kind of avoid the saturation. And again, just trying to do something different, because at the time, no one really was manufacturing weapons on that scale. I like big and exaggerated scaled weapons, like Monster Hunter type accessories. And I'm a big anime fan, so if there's a medieval anime, chances are I've watched it at least twice. It's been my my go-to. So it's just trying to find my own little niche too.
What are there any weapons you're working on right now, or anything that's coming up?
Yes. So for Legions, kind of had hoped to finish some siege weapons, kind of taking it to the next level. My biggest goal right now is to create a tabletop replica in 1/12 scale, and siege weapons with the focal point, where they'd be practical and you could start destroying your enemy camp from across the table in real time, load up a tennis ball and just wreck his castle. And
that's gonna be a big table.
It's gonna be a huge table. Yeah, it's gonna be a huge table, so that's kind of what I've been working on. That's the reason why I picked up an FDM printer. You can only do so much with resin. This weapon set is the one that I did on Mesh Mixer. So don't feel like you're limited with your program. Again, play around with it and see what you can do.
And when you say siege weapons, you're talking like catapults and like battering rams, things like that. Okay.
Yeah, ballista.
Nice. All right.
Trebuchet.
So I had originally thought that you were only customizing Mythic Legions, but it sounds like really you're taking any figure and kind of customizing it, though, but to fit this Mythic Legions realm or world, however you want to.
Yeah, I always default to that that type of that genre.
Sure.
It's just what I feel at home with. I had done Ninja Turtle pieces in the past, but I found that NECA Super 7 were kind of satisfying that itch, so I didn't feel the urge to create. Like, these were the last major turtle figures that I made. Taka Razor and the Triceraton.
That's pretty awesome, though. It looks like they stole the sculpt from you. So,
yeah.
Do you ever think about getting back into customizing turtles? Says the guy who's got a turtle itch that can't just, maybe the last run-in kind of fits in that medieval feudal Japan warlord style. I don't know.
I think I was thinking about this this middle ground. So you see how you have those I guess niche turtles where they would wear like a basketball jersey or a spacesuit or a Samurai Leo. I'm like, you know what? Why not a medieval version of these guys, where we would be able to kind of play around with the ideas of putting them in armor and things like that. So that's kind of where my head is at right now. I picked up this the NECA / the Archie comics, and it's such an incredible figure. But that's kind of what motivated me to kind of jump into that idea. So you might see it at some point.
Keep it on reserve for me. I'll jump all over it.
Super Mario.
We got 796 Studio in the chat. NYC Figure Fanatic also here shouting out, "What's up, Steph?" What's up? When did you kind of start? I guess you said you've always kind of leaned towards that medieval feudal style. But were you all in pretty much on Mythics when they first started?
So the initial Kickstarter, I didn't jump in. I had bought a Sir Ignatius, which is the all white pearlescent knight, for like $50 on eBay. And when I got it, I'm like, oh shoot, this is gonna be my figure line forever. So since then, I've been ordering every. I think my first full wave was Colosseum with the Black Knight, Rhaegar, the first iteration of Romulus. And at the time, I was still very selective, so I had gotten Halmir Golden. I got the entire wave, but I ended up selling off Rhaegar and Romulus. I'm like, these guys aren't wearing any pants, losers. Not knowing these figures are like hundreds of dollars now. So I was like, wow, stupid. But yeah, ever since then, it's been Legions. So I'm big on Legions. Storm, of course. Storm Collectibles, of course, is oof. I love Storm Collectibles. I mean, they can't be beat. They cannot be beat. They've given us all of our childhood video games in figure form, and I know they're a little bit out of scale and a little big for most people's taste, but I love them to death.
Yeah, that Zangief just barely fits in my shelf.
That's a big boy. That's a big boy. That is a big boy.
What is one of your dream customs? Like, what's a dream either character that you want to make or a project that you would want to do that you haven't tackled yet?
So there is a slew of Final Fantasy characters across the board that I would love to try and recreate. From the first Final Fantasy, Garland, the main antagonist, I feel like his design was just like incredible. And I had come across one of the Play Arts Kai offerings last year. They put up a preview. I'm like, man, that thing looks good. I'm like, oof. I want to make all of those characters. A modified Cloud, or your Warriors of Light. That to me is, once I feel confident enough to tackle it, I want to do it the right way and get it going. So that's definitely something I want to do.
When you feel confident to tackle it, what I mean, like where I can't imagine you, like, you're already there, man. Like, what's holding you back?
Well, see, that's the thing. I feel, and I'll always be a student.
Sure.
I'll always be in a space where I have a lot of room to grow and a lot of room to learn. And every little skill I pick up, I'll put in my toolbox. But I know for the dream project that I want to tackle, there are certain hurdles that I still have to overcome artistically in order to get to that point. And that's one thing about, customizing that's great. Knowing where you are, knowing where you want to go, and enjoying the journey all the way to that point.
The wisdom being spilled tonight. Enjoy the journey. So what are some of those skills that you're thinking about that that you need to do or need to work on next? Like, what's I mean, you mentioned that you're not good at painting, but I look like a toddler picked up a brush and you just showed what you showed. So
Well, for me, it's knowing that there's, like, at my current level, there's a limit to how much I can bring that vision to reality. So you have an idea, and I like to freestyle a lot, which is one of my crutches. But I have an idea. If I try to attempt it, chances are it's going to come out a lot different, which I'm okay with. But trying to bridge that gap, that's where the learning and the training and the tutelage kind of comes into play. Okay. So I was at a point where I didn't know what I didn't know, if that makes sense. And now I know what I don't know, and I'm working toward understanding and learning and developing to get to that point. Like,
I mean, that's good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you look at all the great sculptors, and it's like, wow, how do they do that? And then you're tinkering, it's like, and you get close, it's like, wow, my preschool drawing is some semblance of what they're doing. So you're not at that point yet, but you aspire to get to that skill level. And that's the magic of it all.
I like that. You didn't know what you didn't know, but now you know what you don't know, and now you're trying to work towards that. That's
right.
I like that a lot, actually. It's a mouthful, but it's good. Yeah. What? So who are some of the people that are inspiring you now?
Oh my God, it's countless. First of all, you guys pump me up. you guys come up every single week, and you bring the noise, you bring the energy, and you guys are creative on a lot of different levels. You understand people, you understand passion, you understand collecting, and it's like, damn, these guys, they appreciate every molecule of these action figures. Like, people look at these things and they're like hunks of plastic, but you guys have really, really rekindled a lot of my passion with collecting. So you guys inspire me. Guys like Trevor and Mario and D Blake, who has revolutionized the way I think about displays and everything. And pretty much everybody in the chat. Look at everybody in the chat. You guys are my heroes. You guys are my inspiration. I look through my feed, and I'd be at work, and I'd hey, I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be back, and I just like go and look at my feed, and like, oh my god, my friends are doing cool things, and it's like, it's so magical, so magical.
So how do you find time, man? Like, how do you find time? You just said you're at work and you're sneaking off into the bathroom. I mean, you got a new kid, right? You just said he was 8-month old. Congratulations.
Thank you.
A wife, family, a job. How do you find time to do all this stuff?
That's a good question. I'm still trying to figure it out too. But before I had the kid, I'd run the night shift. Spend time with the wife, go to work. Do the whole husband thing, but the nights belong to Dtour. So you'd see me up late at night, either going live or just shooting the shit. You could hit me up 3:30 in the morning. Chances are I'll answer. Because
I was hitting you up when I was painting these turtles.
Yeah.
Like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you think of these? And he's always giving me feedback.
Yeah. But but now with the kid, I can't be around, let's say, like my resin printers too often. I would have to shower, but then I gotta go back. So it's been on pause for I would say since right before Legion's Con.
Mm-hmm.
But now that he's getting a little older, and he's not as needy, if that's realistic with kids. I've been trying to find windows here and there to kind of jump in. So mostly I'm really on my my laptop just sculpting, and once I get to a point where I feel comfortable enough to just put on the printers and let them run while I'm at work, or when I'm busy with the kid, that's what's gonna happen. But since it's winter time, not very favorable conditions, so it's been kind of a slow churn, but it's a good slow churn because it's giving me time to prepare for Toy Con and Legion's Con and all the shows we love to frequent. Thanks, Toy Chase.
You can also think about it like this way, like with the community, there's so many of us that print stuff that you could probably reach out to somebody. If you don't want to print with the kid around, you can probably reach out to somebody else and ask them to print stuff for you.
Right. And that's something I've considered too. I pretty much a lot of folks who print, so sharing that is definitely an option and something I'll be looking to do. And it'll give me a chance to share the love too.
Mm-hmm.
I think Matchu was subtly volunteering there too.
I didn't even print these out. I paid somebody else to print them for me.
Yeah, but you don't have the patience to print your own stuff. Would you print someone else's stuff though?
Because yeah. But you see, like
someone else's.
That fell off the table. I would have been so pissed if I printed that. I mean, I was a little upset because I painted it, but he's in pieces.
Yeah, but if it's not your thing, right? If it's not your piece and you're printing it for somebody else, I feel like you'd be a little bit more patient with it. You'd be like, okay, it's just gotta sit and let it run. So but I mean, look, we're talking about knocking things over and going back to one of the first times we met, and I'm pretty sure I knocked over one of your customs, and you were, one of the first cons I'm at, and here I am knocking over a Dtour piece, and you were so nice about that, man. And you're just like, yeah, it happens. It was like, I'm pretty sure it fell.
I think
I'm pretty sure it fell, and my soul left my body. I was like, and you're like, that's cool. And you're like, really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, most customs I make, they could take a hit, and even if they break, battle damage, it's all good.
Battle damage. There you go. I like that. For every time I drop a figure now, I'm just gonna go battle damage. It's fine. So, it's fine.
Heck yeah.
My Alf figure will break. It'll be like battle damage. Yeah, like Alf's really going through a war here. So.
Stupid.
So you talked about Legion's Con. So Legion's Con is coming up in November. Anything special that you're going to have there? Anything you're thinking about that'll be a Legion's Con exclusive?
Yeah. So I'm working on I can tell you guys. So my other
It's just us and 12 of our closest friends.
yeah. My other kind of dream project, which is actually happening. So you guys are familiar with Fate Stay Night, the Fate series?
I'm not. So sorry.
So it's an anime series where
Okay.
you have these masters, and they summon legendary heroes from throughout history to duel for a holy grail. So you got an Arthur themed protagonist, but it's like a female Arthur. You have Hercules, you have Gilgamesh, all these historically or mythical figures. You summon them, they have all these crazy powers, and they're like blasting you with like special attack. Everybody has a special attack, and they use it every single time. You'll Google it, and exactly you'll recognize it. It's just, you're probably just not familiar with the name. But my goal is to kind of come up with a 1/12 series of soft good armored anime themed characters, original, of course. No existing license. One of the things that kind of motivated me to kind of maybe come up with that was I had made this anime head version of myself, and just out of just messing around with the software, and like, this looks pretty cool. What if I could make like an entire storyline, entire universe, based off that? So that's gonna be my passion project that I'll probably bring to probably ToyCon first, and
ToyCon,
Legion's Con too. Yeah.
Was it this one?
Oh,
it's black.
no, it's so black you can't see it.
So black. Yeah.
The screen. Yeah.
Happy Black History Month, y'all.
Let me restart that then. Hold on.
All right, so that's Legion's Con. So you talk about ToyCon, and you mentioned earlier too that you're going to be at ZoloCon happening in 2 weeks, right?
Yes, ZoloCon is happening in Warminster, Pennsylvania at the Fuge. It's going to be great. That's the one.
And that's the one. Okay, and you've convinced Matchu and I to be there, so we're going to be there.
Yes.
We haven't secured tickets to ZoloCon, but we've got the hotel, so I think we should jump on the tickets next. Make sure that we get some passes there.
And ZoloCon is one of those. It's such a refreshing convention because it's still that traditional nerd meetup. It's not as corporate and annoying as New York City Comic-Con has become. It's still very wholesome, and the setup is incredible. The light is not bright, and they have ventilation, which I can appreciate. So you're gonna have a lot of fun at ZoloCon.
Ventilation is key at these cons, and I think people slack on that for sure.
There's only ventilation and deodorant, right?
There's only so much Mountain Dew and Cheetos that you could smell throughout the whole day. So, yeah, not to go on a rant about the corporatization of New York Comic Con, but during your live yesterday, someone mentioned that they get them as whoever it was and their wife gets a table at Artist Alley, and I think we spent at least half a day, if not more, at Artist Alley just last year, just talking with everybody and hanging out and seeing all the stuff that was there. So it's probably become my favorite part now.
That's the only part of Artist Alley.
Yeah, it's really great. Bearded says Mountain Dew and Cheetos. Yeah, if you've ever gone to a con, it's pretty much what it smells like after a while. So just people walking around and doing.
It might be different in Canada. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Does it smell like? Does it smell like? No, I was gonna say. What is it? Tim Hortons. Oh. All right, so we're gonna move on to some of the picks that we liked for the week. But before we do that, I do want to set up a giveaway, and we're gonna give this away. It's very special, just because of you. And Tenyo Toy says it smells like poutine. That's a good one. But we're gonna give away a Legion Con exclusive, unknown, and this is This is only happening live, so this isn't one of these like shameless plugs for me to get more followers. This is just happening live tonight, and I'm not exactly sure where it is, but I think this is the one with the misprint where he is lovingly becoming known as the Uncohen, because there's no N there. So we're gonna give this away using hashtag Dtour. So it's already set up. So once you write hashtag Dtour, DTOUR,
Put it on
in
the
there,
screen.
we'll give it away. Put it on the screen. This is always the nerve-wracking part, to make sure we don't
Share the wrong thing like a science folder.
share the science folder. Here we go. I think this is it. Boom. There it is. Hashtag Dtour. Already 4 entries in there. So if you want a chance to win the Legions Con 2022 exclusive Unknown, get in there. So,
Uncohen.
all right. Uncohen. There you go. And feel free to tell your friends to jump on the stream now and learn. And we'll give it away. So,
Won't want to miss this one.
Frankie, man, if you win this thing, I don't know about shipping to New
Oh
Zealand.
my god!
I don't know. Luckily, I know your mom. Maybe I'll give it to her, and she could give it to you next time she sees you win this thing. Shipping it to New Zealand might be cheaper if I just hop on a plane and go down there.
Yeah.
All right, Machu, you wanna pull up some of the picks?
Sure. Let me
that.
find my mouse in between these screens.
It's always a stressful part. You got anything on you, Steph? You got anything on your desk there that you're working on?
I was just messing around with some Legion stuff. Had some extra scraps lying around from Legion's Con. I was gonna paint this up. This was a head worked on with Melissa Somerville. Put a Minotaur action on the Echidron body.
Nice.
So figured I'd start small and work my way back up.
Show that again.
Yeah, but we just put you on the big screen.
Ooh, I'm on the big screen. Oh,
On the big screen.
A jumbo scron.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
pretty
that's
awesome.
dope. I like that. So what kind of resin are you using? Is it kind of like translucent?
So I use smoky black primarily, and I mix it with Flex, certain percentage. Usually do 25% Flex and 75% regular resin to kind of give it some, maybe not too much elasticity, but some impact resistance when I drop it, and I drop stuff a lot.
Or when Jshot knocks it over, yeah.
I use the smoky black to kind of allow more light to filter in and cure.
Yeah.
And also leaves a nice little finish.
It's like a nice finish.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But yeah, I use Soraya Tech. So pretty good stuff.
That's a good one. That's the one I use when I'm printing. When my printer's not locked up in a room.
Yeah. Yeah. And also
I mean, I was printing on my dining room table. I mean, Mario prints on his kitchen table.
Mario's kitchen is like the toy central. Like everything happens in there.
I don't know where his kids eat.
Oh man,
that's good. All right, what's this one?
So this one is one of my picks.
Cool.
And I saw this on Extreme Sets, so I had to click on the name. But like, this was a really cool shot. It's the train car with the Sentinel breaking through and grabbing what would be a mutant. It looks like this figure has like actual hair on it, which is selling the effect of her getting grabbed in the train. Not in that way, but like by the Sentinel.
Right.
I don't know what they used. Maybe it might be Photoshop, but like the debris looks a little bit too clear.
Yeah. The hair definitely gives to that motion, right? Like it looks like you're capturing that mid action. Is it a animated Gwen Stacy body? Is that what that is?
That's a Gwen Stacy body.
Yeah.
The
legendary posers say Sentinels don't ask for consent. That's what makes them the bad guys.
Right. With their tentacles. Um,
God.
I think he could have fixed the fingers though. This is just getting weird. Let's go to the next
Yeah,
one.
moving on to the next one. And if you guys just joined, don't forget, if you use hashtag Dtour DTOUR for a chance to win the unknown Legion Con exclusive. Well, this is crazy.
Oh, this is Numbskull Shots. Nate Sacramento. He is one of my favorite photographers because he always combines elements from things we loved as kids and things we love as adults. He watched the Ronin Warriors and all the animes, but he's privy to all the cartoons. He always finds a way to mash it up, and of course, his love of Legions too. This is like a Ghost Rider Legion kind of mashup. I don't know if he did it intentionally, but that's kind of what it ended up looking.
Oh wow,
yeah.
Even the behind the scenes, yeah.
His shot looks cooler than like the concept.
Yeah,
absolutely. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that hashtag too, you'll find tons of great artists on the myth and fantasy topic. Oh, it's like one of my favorites.
Go back to the hashtag. What is it?
This one?
Yeah. I'll go back. Go one more.
I can't. It's a video.
Oh, it's a video.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a video.
It's a video.
What's Steph? Do you know the hashtag off the top of your head?
Yeah, myth and fantasy toy pick.
Myth and fantasy toy pick. Got it. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's a really cool shot, though.
That's awesome.
The light with the translucent flames really, sells the shot too.
Mm-hmm.
Even coming through the sword there. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. It's awesome. I'm having some serious FOMO on this figure. I'm not gonna lie.
It's starting to get to me too. I skipped out on it, and the more photos that I see, this one was done by Nate, another Nate,
Corona 4,
Nate Strong, and oh my gosh, it's I was scouring eBay last night trying to find one that was priced appropriately.
I'm staying strong.
You see?
I don't know.
I haven't even looked.
No doubt.
I just feel like it's got such like potential, right? Like there's the creepy factor to it, but it's also giving me like Haunted Mansion vibes. Like there's some like Crypt Keeper vibes. I don't know. It's if there's gonna be more in the series, like this what is it? The Graveyard series there that they got. I can't remember the name of it. Like I'm gonna be disappointed, but I don't know, man. This is a solid pick, and this is because of these picks that I am feeling really left out about it. But
same.
What did you guys think of the Mezco reveal today?
I don't think I'm the first guy to tell you, I love like a Gangs of New York, Peaky Blinders type theme, but I don't know. I didn't fall in love with the first Vapor, and this one didn't really do it for me either. I think it would have benefited from maybe a bulkier body, like a brawler type.
Mm-hmm.
This one is scrappy, but not the typical scrappy you'd expect for somebody who runs the block. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel the same way, and I love that kind of error, but I almost felt like it was a better commercial for if they're going to do like that brawler Bluto character and or those other like Victorian pink skulls. Those I'm more in for than I am for this one.
Right, exactly.
Like if I had the Popeye, I would definitely, I would probably want to get a Vapor, but I have nothing. There's nothing in my collection that fits in that time.
Right. Sure. It's true.
So I passed on it.
Yeah.
And I do like the first Vapor too, and I kind of want the burner Vapor. I think that one's harder to get.
What's the burner Vapor? The white one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the white one. Oh, 16 even says he passed. Trevor passed on it too. So interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, is this? I don't even to know the name to know that this is
you
a
already know
Donna picture. You already know.
Sharif and his Joes, man.
Oh. And I already know that the next 3 pictures are going to help tell the story, and that they're not just going to be the same pictures, right?
Right.
Yep. Yeah. This is awesome. This is great. I love this.
If you're not following Darth Dondada, you definitely have to, because his stuff is really good.
Henrock says copped. So Henrock, let us know in the comments why you went with it. But yeah, no, I mean his. Good.
Let me know if you're selling it, Henrock.
uh, I mean, he's using what is that? The Crashbox Customs Dio too, right? In this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Looks
using
great.
that too. It's
I've debated on using it as like an evil lair type castle for like Doom or like the villains.
Von
that I have.
Strucker.
Von
Be a good Von
Strucker,
Strucker.
Hydra.
Yep. And it's got I know 796 is not going to want to hear this, but it's got a little bit of a Dutch angle here, but I think it works. I think it plays.
Mm-hmm.
I think it plays.
Well, it's mostly just the first shot, but
right.
Yeah.
The Dutch sets it up.
oh yeah.
7 Mario and his hatred for the Dutch angle. So.
The angle. Not the
Yeah.
people.
I said angle in there somewhere. So.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad you got this one because this was the other one that I meant to send you. I really like this.
Oh, it's so good.
And this goes back to our like our simple, right? Our simple, not easy shots where like it feels natural when the light coming through. Like it is clean.
And I'm trying to get the Mafex version of this Batman because I got that Joker, that 112 Joker. The what is it, Felix Toys with the soft goods.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I definitely want to get that, but I think he's pricey. He's like I think he's like 200 for the Mafex. Yeah, I'm like, maybe I don't need Batman.
Yeah. Can I borrow it, please?
Yeah. Just we start passing figures. I think we should do like a library thing. Start taking them out for a couple weeks and then bring them back.
Nice rotation.
So
until it's broken and then somebody's blamed, right?
Well, then someone's paying for it at that point. That's what happens. Sir Dork has joined us. What's up, Sir Dork? Thank you for stopping by.
Hey, Jared. But yeah, I love the lighting in this. The light rays, the detail in the cards and what's on the desk.
Yeah. Henrock says Dark Knight Mafex is scaled small.
I believe it. I believe it.
All right. Well, there's only one way to find out. Henrock, you got to let Matchu borrow it. That's all. So. And
maybe I'll just but that McFarlane one is going to be big for that Joker.
Yeah, it's going to tower right over. I mean, you can play with the depth if you get the Mafex one, but the McFarlane one is going to be way too big, gargantuan.
Yeah.
And Figure Fanatic said it had a lot of QC issues too. So interesting.
Ooh.
I mean, it was one of the earlier Mafex figures.
Oh yeah. Well, you have the Bane from that series, don't you?
I do. He's small. Yeah. He's tiny.
Go.
This is what I picked. This is Richie, right? This is Nose Ring. First off, it's an amazing pick. Second off, this just happened, right? Like LeBron just became the highest point scorer of all time, and he got this up so fast. Like I just felt there was credit due for his ability to just be that quick with it, you know, and deliver an awesome shot, right? Like you could be the first one out, and the shot still not be great, but this one is just so the lighting, the angle on it, just being just under the hoop like that, like it's so good.
I wouldn't be surprised if Richie was planning this shot for weeks.
I'm sure he was, right? Like you got to be to some degree, He's
like looking at the stat sheet. He's like, Ron's about to. You know what? Let me get on this before everybody else jumps on it.
Don't ruin the mystique. I want to know that he just he watched it happen and immediately turned and set it up. It's
and you know what? It's such a simple setup too.
Right.
Simple, not easy. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Deutsche said he had that ready for weeks. I don't know. Is there a timestamp in the picture? I don't know. Oh, but yeah, he timed it right. Then he got it out at the exact moment because I feel like I just saw him score and then all of a sudden turned on the Instagram and Richie was right there with it. So.
Yeah, courtside.
Good for him. Yeah, Richie's doing it. Courtside, Richie's doing the shot, letting it up on the floor.
Right.
Towel guy comes by. Get away.
The only thing I don't like about these figures is the ball is stuck to the hand.
That is disappointing that it's not like a magnet or something.
Right. I mean, they're okay, and they were like overpriced when they first came out. Now they're like what, $30?
Yeah, they dropped
Like that.
drastically.
They drop.
I think it's mostly because of the NFT and then the logos. Like you got the Nike logo. It's just the paying for all those licenses, and then
Yeah.
there's no tattoos either. So, but
You
that could
also
be.
pay.
You could also put like water slide decals if you could find the tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say you also always pay a premium for having that figure first, right? No matter what figure it is.
Oh yeah, no matter what.
You always pay for it. So, Toy Chase says the Mayfex Jordan is awesome.
Yes.
So we know you had one. That's really
I
cool.
have been eyeing that. I think Chubsy has one, and I've been eyeing that. It's in like it's in the left corner when you walk in, at the counter, and I've been eyeing that every time I walk in, and I'm like, I don't even do sports, but I kind of want it.
Yeah.
Tell me you go to Chubsy Wubsy too much without saying you go to Chubsy Wubsy too much. If you walk in on the left hand side behind the counter,
it's right here.
If you walk in, you look to the right. At the very top, there is like a couple Mayfex figures, not Mayfex, Mezco figures, like a Mezco Two-Face up there.
Yes, that Mezco Two-Face is still sitting up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Bearded trying to earn his points here.
Yeah, he's like, buy it.
Yeah. What's that audio on TikTok? Spend your money. Spend your money. Nice. All right, we got let's see. We're currently sitting at 9 entries for the Legion's Con exclusive Uncohen. That's the misprint for the unknown. And this is what they are going to do a regular release, right? But it is not going to come with this skull. Is that what the?
That is correct. That is correct.
I could get the reflection here. There we go. So this skull right here will be the exclusive skull.
And if you see
all you got to do is put in hashtag Dtour in the comments for a chance to win. There you go. Was that it for pictures? Are we done? Or you just give me?
I mean, you sent me just that one, right?
Right. Yeah, I think that's all I got.
Do I want to look for another one? I can just go on Instagram. Yeah.
Anybody in the chat's got one? Send it to us. DM us. We'll do it live right there. So what could possibly go wrong? So.
Oh God.
I think Matchutoy had a good.
He did.
A
Superman, right?
Yeah, it was. It stunned me today.
Oh yes. Yeah, the black and white with the Kingdom Come Superman, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good.
Is it black screen again if I bring it up?
No, I got it.
You guys see it?
I can see it. Steph, can you see it?
I cannot see it.
Cannot see it. Okay.
All right, remove. Buy some time.
It's all right. We'll buy time.
Cheers.
We'll buy some time.
I got this.
How long's the drive for you down to Zolocon stuff?
About 2.5 hours.
It's not.
Look at that.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on. I didn't think I wanted this figure until I saw the shot, because they've been talking about it in one of the other group chats that we're in also. Right? They've been talking about this Superman. It looks good. He's trying to earn those points from me.
And I love that he pulled out the red in it too, right? Like,
yeah.
There's something ominous about the picture though, like just because of the pulling out the red there. Like, we know he's a Boy Scout, but there's something here that feels a little like dark side coming through.
Like this version of Superman is probably one of my favorite, because not only is he stronger than the regular run universe Superman, but he's a bit more ruthless too. Like he's got old man strength and old man ruthlessness. Like I said, it's
so we can open the pickle jar.
Yeah.
Old man patience. Yeah.
Has a relative resistance to kryptonite, and it's like, God, this is the Superman we want.
Right. I have been getting more into DC stuff lately.
The stories are more compelling. I'll be honest with you. It's a lot of really good, compelling stories in the DC universe.
It's for me, it's kind of tough because it's like trying to shift from doing anything Marvel. It's like on my page, it's like if I don't do Marvel, it doesn't do as well. Right? That's always the kicker. But like, I'll do a little bit of Mythic, that'll get some traction, but not as much as Marvel, and it can be frustrating at times.
Yeah, you throw up a picture of Spider-Man. I mean, she page is buzzing like crazy,
Boom, yeah.
like crazy.
We're gonna test that theory. I'm gonna come up with a Spider-Man shot in the next couple of weeks. We'll see if that's true.
You want me to just put this up right now?
Yeah.
I could put this shot of Spider-Man up and see how that goes.
It's gonna go. They're gonna go crazy over it.
You know what? Part of me wants you to do it. The other part of me doesn't. I don't want to be upset that you got something like that. Oh.
I should just he should just be like, "Where's Waldo?" in the background, so I can tag him in the hashtag, just in the corner.
Shot.
Yeah, in every shot I do, it could be Star Wars. He's just like just chilling in the back with a Sith robe.
Yeah. He's just Sith robe popping out of like a barrel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you find Peter?
Oh. Cool. All right. Let's give something away. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. Here's always again the nerve-wracking part. We're gonna try to share our screen. All right, we got 9 entries. All right, let's see. Here we go. Drum roll. Hey! Who's got it?
Oh no!
Oh! It's like not going to New Zealand.
Oh
Henrock.
man!
Henrock with the
That was
win.
close.
Yo, Henrock,
There you
you gotta play the lotto, man. You keep winning these prizes. You got that luck.
That's it. All right, good. Henrock, I will ship this out to you next week. Otherwise, unless you're going to be at a Toy Con coming up, we'll just I'll hand it off to you. I got a couple Henrock pieces sitting right here. Actually, I got made these pretty awesome amps that I'm excited to use. He even gave me an idea to put the crow in with them. So, and I know you picked up some skull pets. I picked up a couple of crates. I'm a sucker for anything, prop background related here. So,
and Yimbo, he weathered his, and they look.
Yeah, I saw that. They look awesome. Henrock says Skyrim with the luck level 100. He's killing it, man. Woo!
We've been trying to get him on our show too.
Yeah,
like
he's,
we're trying.
He claims to be shy, so we'll see. I don't know.
Come on,
right?
Now we gotta draw you out the shadows, man. Come on.
So that's it. Maybe we'll hold the figure hostage. You don't get it till you appear on the show.
Yes.
Win
it again.
Or just him at the next toy show at Wayne, New Jersey.
That's what I'm saying.
Just like record it.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll just do the show live there.
Yeah.
So, all right. Speaking of other shows, I'm gonna run through some quick shout outs. Obviously thank you guys so much for supporting us, but we want to make sure we support everybody in the community. So on Mondays, you got the Bobascadron, Toy Talk, the Figure Booth, and Legion Lounge. Tuesdays, Chat Migos Assemble and Unparalleled Universe. Wednesdays, you got us, TPC and the Toy Daddies, along with Customs by Matchu and the Fallen Fett Chronicles. Thursday, Toying Around, and they're unboxing Thursdays. They're Not Dolls and Sir Dork will also have some shows going on. Thursdays, Friday, Unparalleled Universe comes back again. And you got the Infinity Equation. And then Sunday, you've got Yimbo Reviews Everything and Lazy Boy Sundays.
Trevor's right. You need to make like a TV guide.
I've got one more also.
You got one more, yeah.
Yes.
This Sunday at 3 p.m., myself, the man D. Blake Makes, and Dark Joker's in of Infinity Equation. We're going on. Infinity Creators.
Infinity Creators. I knew that was coming. I didn't know it was official. So this starting Infinity Creatives is called, right?
Creators.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, jump on and let's talk about it.
And what time does that start?
3 p.m. Eastern Standard
Time. 3 p.m. Eastern, Infinity Creators. And what's the YouTube channel it's going to be on? Or are you going on IG?
YouTube, just the Infinity Equation.
Infinity Equations IG. Got it. All right. So Infinity Creators, 3 p.m. Sunday on Infinity Equations YouTube account. You can check Dtour, D Blake, and it's Dark
Dante.
There you go. All D's. D Blake, Dtour, and Dante. There you go.
3Ds, baby, 3D.
Hey, 3D. Let's
Get the
Muppet
tape.
Show in 3D. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I think of. Awesome. So, and Steph, dude, thank you so much for being here, man. Like this
It's
has
my pleasure,
been
man.
this has been awesome talking to you. Always a smile, and you always bring the positivity. And I can't wait to hang out with you in ZoloCon, dude. Like
Dude, we're
I'm
gonna have
so
a
excited.
blast. Are there any kids? I'm gonna bring adult beverages. It's gonna be
Oh hell yeah!
I'm gonna make snacks. We're gonna
Yes.
have a great time online. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be good.
You hear that, Bearded? Unhinged crew. It's
Unhinged. Unhinged. We're gonna go unhinged.
Unhinged.
Maybe we'll do an IG live
You
unhinged.
should.
So
We should. I
you,
got
said, you said adult beverages, but I heard snacks. I just heard snacks.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
the best part.
Yeah. So, but thank you so much, man, for coming. And we'll make sure everybody tunes in on Sunday at 3 p.m. to your show with D Blake and Dante on the Infinity Equations YouTube channel called Infinity Creators. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our height. And I don't know. Anybody got anything else? Last thing, last thoughts.
Between two Sentinels, halt mutants, halt.
We gotta
Awesome,
save
man.
We gotta save that.
Yeah, we're gonna use that on the next thing. So thank you guys again. Appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Cheers, guys.
If you give me $50, I'll take this and I'll tell Henrock I lost it. Give me just Venmo me. Venmo me $50. Venmo me $50.